Where our agency is able to serve is that we can offer a very intimate training environment, which is typical of a sector partner. It's not just intimate with the student, it's also intimate with the company. In some cases, we can actually train somebody for a job that we know is coming up, because it also happens that we train incumbent workers at these companies. Right now, I understand we're at 6 companies, and over the year we'll probably have training classes in about 20 companies. But really, we have about 50 companies that we work with on a regular basis from year to year. That gives us a big insight into where the jobs are. We're not unique in that. Sector partners know their industry really well. In our case, we're even able to sell a little bit of consulting services to the industries. Things like help on geometric dimensioning and tolerancing, and our stamping instructor is so good with presses that sometimes companies where he's training just ask him to take a look at their press room and see how they can make it better. And just off the cuff, sometimes we've intervened by seeing safety problems in a plant where we're teaching. It saves the company a lot of money, and it's one of the things that sector partners do. We don't just try to train people, we also try to make the jobs better. We want to see more of a career pathway, and there's ways to facilitate that. There's a big difference between the typical WIA approach, which is place somebody into a job, any job, the first job you can, and place somebody into a job that's going to provide a career, or at least a career pathway. I mentioned incumbent worker training. We actually participate in a program in Illinois called Job Training and Economic Development, which also has a component for training unemployed. It's a state-funded program, although I think they do access WIA funding. The state of Illinois accesses that for this program. But the thing about the JTED program, as we call it, is it's very favorable towards sector partnerships. And we'd really like to see this on the federal level. What is a sector partner? It works closely with the employers. It works with both the supply and the demand side. It provides a lot more services than just technical skills training, or it partners with other organizations to provide those things. If you do that, you can really put people, you can really change lives. Not only change lives, you can also help industry quite a bit. Stuff is going to get made. The question is, where is it going to get made? I'm actually seeing jobs coming back from China, particularly in the stamping area, which was Chicago has a large stamping industry. There's lots of job shops who stamp products for appliances, for automotive, for aerospace. And they suffered quite a bit. They lost a lot in the competition to China. We're actually starting to see this come back. And the Tooling and Manufacturing Association in Illinois has also seen this as well. But we've seen it with companies that we're working with. The issue is, if we have the skilled labor, we can automate these jobs and be very productive, and we can compete with anyone. In fact, we have an edge. The question is, are we going to keep that edge? And for that, we need a strong public policy that favors workforce development. And I'd really like to see one that favors the sectoral strategy, because my organization and the other organizations here are proof that it really works.